more to play for.
We bowled in.
Beautiful.
And there it is.
An innings of authority.
Wow, what about this?
Does he get enough? You bet he does. West Indies strikes again.
The West Indies have started to fire on all cylinders.
What a shot from Lindell Simmons.
And that is Andre Russell at his best.
Oh, goodness.
Welcome back, Windies boss.
That is magnificent, and guess who? There are personnel changes as the format shifts, but certainly no let-up in intensity for Mission Maroon.
And there it is, the moment for Shea Hope. A brilliant effort from him. Chopped on. Second wicket now to Alzari Joseph.
There's no shortage of quality in the Aussies camp either, and they'll be gunning to bounce back strongly starting today.
And so we come to the beautiful beaches of Barbados and Kensington Oval, an island which has produced perhaps more international cricketers per square mile than most. And many of them have traversed this wonderful surface. It's ODI time in the first CG Insurance encounter between West Indies and Australia here at Kensington Oval.
Off we go. First delivery. Again, it's a day-night match, and one team, the Australians, will have the chance to bat in natural light. Sweetly timed off the back foot. Not so confident looking shot, Philippe. Motors on. That's a nice stroke. Yeah, short and wide. Too easy for Josh Philippe. Just getting on top of the bounce, not trying to overhit it. And a very quick outfield here at the Kensington Oval. Always going to get value for your shots along the ground. Gets hold of it. And it will run away for 4. That is a fine shot by Philippe. He didn't get a height that he was looking for, Sheldon Cottrell. It was easy for Philippe to negotiate around that waist-high short delivery. Not much of a challenge for these Australian batsmen who are quite used to facing short deliveries and bouncers. Picked up, had the elevation, and it goes all the way. Again, a comfortable height for Josh Philippe. And dealt with without much fuss. Just helped it around the corner, got the connection and the elevation. The first 6 of the innings for Australia. Sheldon Cottrell persisting with that short ball. Goes for the pull this time. He gets it through the gap, and he will get another boundary. Solid end to the over. 31 without loss. Last ball of the previous over. Again, another short delivery. Well dealt with by Philippe. Bisected the 2 fielders in the deep backward square and fine leg. McDermott gets it through. Firm punch. And will just run into the boundary line. So he gets going as well. Joins his partner. And we've seen a couple shots like this so far. This time just eludes the fielder, Evan Lewis. Position on the circle. And enough timing to trickle into the boundary rope.
Starts with a loose one.
That's a 4 ball, Jason Morgan. That's very poor. Come on, keep going. Keep going, Jace. Keep going, Jace. That's all right. That's just one. Close up the over here now, buddy.
Just a little bit too short and way too wide.
Keep going, Jay. Keep going, Jay. That's a good. That's not bad, eh? Not bad, not bad. Gilly, you come.
Terrific shot. Simply superb from Josh Philippi. 50 partnership.
Good use of the feet. Got to the pitch of the delivery and struck it well.
Knocked him over. Akil Hussein strikes. The enticement of the sweeper coming off the offside boundary encouraged Felipe to try to breach that side.
Trying to go through the offside. Bottom edge. First wicket to fall for Australia. Celebration from Akil Hussein. Josh Philippe is gone for 39. Australia 51 for 1.
Very good from Mitch Marsh. His first boundary.
Nice little paddle down to fine leg. He's in such good form.
He's nailed that one. Nailed it powerfully. What a striker of the ball he is.
Certainly was a good strike. Smack out of the middle of the bat. Got a good stride in as well.
No slip on that occasion because he's been moved to leg slip and the short mid-wicket.
That was the point I was making earlier. I prefer to see that first slip in. If he wants to go for the sweep shot, let him go for it.
Crushed. What a shot from Mitch Marsh. Absolutely drilled that one. And even with the sweeper on the boundary, Evan Lewis, he had no chance. Such was the ferocity of the blue.
Yeah, he's just continuing from where he left off with that great form, Mitch Marsh. Just stands and cuts this one away.
Shout for caught behind. Will they take the review? The discussion taking place. Of course, the bowler will be quite keen.
It did sound like it came off of something.
Ultra edge coming up, Joe. Yep, there's a spike there, just rock and roll it. There's a spike as the ball is resting on the glove. James, I'm ready to go back on field to Joel. Joe, I'm going to have to ask you to overturn your decision to out. You're on screen now.
Decision overturned. He is caught behind. And he's walked off already. Mitch Marsh, once the review was taken, he was consigned to his fate. So he went for 20, 80 for 2.
This should be taken, yes. Finally, the bounce, the slowness and turn, producing a wicket for the West Indies.
I've spoken time and again earlier about sweeping on this pitch. It's not out of the picture, but it's not quite there. With the extra bounce, it's fraught with danger at times. The top edge does come into play. And Hussein deserves this. Enriquez goes for 7, 99 for 3.
Come on, let's go, boys. Let's wait for them, lads.
Clevered away. Goes high and in front of square, and quite intentional.
Doesn't matter whether he's hitting into the wind, he's hitting with the spin. And there's no one in that mid-wicket area, so it's enticed him into playing the shot.
That's exactly what he would have wanted. The away movement was just perfect. Found the outside edge, and Jason Holder made no mistake in that first slip position.
Brilliant from Alzari Joseph, the length full enough to invite the little half push. And because of that strong wrist, he gets the ball to shape away. Look at it go. Wind helping with its direction right to left. And West Indies have been brilliant in keeping that slip in. Love what we're seeing from Joseph in this brief spell. 28 to McDermott, 114 for 4.
A gift from Akeal Hussain. A full toss and a leg stump. Too easy for Ashton Turner. And spoils the over. 27 gone, 124 for 4. Excellent shot from Alex Carey. Straight down the ground. Uncomplicated, simple, but effective.
Over pitch delivery from Jason Mohammed. And they always say that the on drives one of the most difficult shots to play. He made it look really easy.
Goes again. Same direction, same result. Consecutive boundaries now for the Australian captain Alex Carey.
This time with a little more power. The one before was all timing. This was a little bit more power. And with the mid-on up in the 30-yard circle, always going to be 4.
Goes after him, has protection in the deep, but excellent bit of fielding from Jason Mohammed. Limits them to just 2. Chase one from Mohammed once again. And then once again, he limits them to just the 2. Straight to the fielder, is it? Oh, what an opportunity for Mohammed. He got both hands. It would have been a remarkable catch. In the end, he wasn't able to hold on. Brings up the 150 for Australia. 32 gone, 150 for 4. And last ball of the last over. Helped along the way. Jason Mohammed got both hands to it.
Nice shot. Nice from Ashton Turner. A rare boundary in the last few overs. 171 for 4. That's a good shot. Man up at mid-off. All the way for 6. It's a half century for today's Australian captain, Alex Carey. This will make it feel sweet for him.
And how good was that? Not just bringing up 50, but bringing up 50 with 6 runs.
Mid-on, drop back to long on. Couldn't get there. 6 and 4 consecutive deliveries, and have they shifted gears now, Australia?
Just playing his options, working it around Alex Carey. This was his 6, hitting down the ground, knowing that both fielders are in. Long on and long off. And then this little paddle is beating Shadal Cottrell.
That's been smacked. That's the short side of the ground. A good blow from Turner.
Yeah, this is good. This is good from Turner and Carey. Just a slower ball back of the arm from Jason Holder. But it's been treated with disrespect from Turner.
That's gone for 6 as well, I think. It has. So well and truly shifting into another gear.
Yeah, momentum totally going with Turner. Just decides to get going here. Another short delivery from Jason Holder. Not fully in control.
Cracked through the covers. Brings up the 100 partnership between these two. What a shot that is to celebrate that landmark.
Over-pitched delivery from Alzawi Joseph. A gentle loosener. And was cracked away through extra cover by Carey. Alzawi Joseph not very happy.
Cleaned him up. That was a straight delivery from Hayden Walsh Jr. He was on target. Carey was aiming for that big shot through the leg side and didn't make contact.
Full pitch delivery, bit flatter, bit quicker. And that's the wicket the West Indies would have wanted. Breaking the partnership, the dangerous Alice Carey is gone for 67. Australia 218 for 5.
And he sweeps it this time. And it goes straight into the hands of Evan Lewis. Well, he'll be disappointed with this one, Turner. One away from what would have been a well-played half-century.
Hayden Walsh Jr. continuing his fine form from the T20s. Picked up his second wicket. Good catch by Evan Lewis in the deep. Kept his eyes on it. Took it quite well and comfortably in the end. Ashton Turner is gone for 49. Australia 219 for 6.
Goes straight and goes really well. They get a boundary. Starc will feel happy with this. And it's 228 for 6. Was the wrong one. And it is taken. Couldn't get the power on it, Starc. And another wicket for Hayden Walsh Jr.
He's having a wonderful game, Hayden Walsh Jr. That's his third wicket, continuing that fine form in the T20 series. Michelle Starc couldn't get hold of it. Chipped it up in the air, easy catch for Akeal Hussain. Michelle Starc is gone for 8. Australia 229 for 7.
Another one goes into the air, and will it be taken? Yes. Back-to-back wickets here for Hayden Walsh Jr. He's on a hat-trick.
Australia falling apart here. We've seen it time and time again in the T20 series, where after a good partnership, they tend to fall apart. Wade trying to go long. Didn't get hold of it the way he would have liked. Easy catch in the end for Shimon Hetmyer. Matthew Wade is gone for 3. Australia 229 for 8.
And he's flighted that one. But he will concede a boundary. He wouldn't mind that because he was searching for the wicket as well. 233 for 8. Gets enough bat and will get a boundary. Fortuitous though. but Australia will take it nonetheless. Good end to the over, 241 for 8. That should be his 5-fer, yep. A wonderful moment for Hayden Walsh Jr. It was a wide, but he kept his eyes on the batsman and made the adjustment. Take a bow, Hayden Walsh Jr.
We just spoke about taking 5 in an ODI. And he certainly did that. And he's a happy man, as you can see. And even though it was called a wide, you can still be stumped from a wide. And that's exactly what happened. And Nicholas Pooran really wasn't really all that clinical, knocked all the stops out of the ground. Agar is gone for 9. Australia 247 for 9.
Gets an appropriate edge. Will run into the boundary line. So Australia will finish the innings with a boundary. West Indies will feel that they clawed things back after that brilliant partnership of 104 between Alex Carey and Ashton Turner. Karen Pollard and his men, in particular this man, Hayden Walsh Jr., career best figures, 5 for 39. Doing exactly what his captain and team would have wanted, and continues the great form we saw from him in the T20Is.
Certainly bowled extremely well. Mixed up his deliveries, some quicker ones, slower ones, the googly. He really bowled well and deserving of 5 wickets. Came into the attack in the 29th over and bowled right through, which isn't easy. Really, really bowled well. Captain Pollard and the West Indians will be happy with their returns.
Australia batting first. Had a good start to the innings. 51 is what McDermott and Philippi produce. Philippi 39, McDermott 28 on debut. Mitchell Marsh didn't fire, but it was Alex Carey, the captain for Australia. The only half century of the innings. He got 67 from 87 and well supported too by Ashton Turner.
Bowling for the West Indians, 2 wickets to Akil Hussain, I thought bowled brilliantly. 2 wickets to Alzari Joseph, he also bowled brilliantly. But the man of the moment, Hayden Walsh Jr., continuing that fine form from the T20s, 5 for 39 from 10 overs. Very, very well done.
Well, we thought it would have been pace. It was spin. 7 wickets going to the West Indian spinners. And they really bowled exceptionally well with the conditions. First wicket. It was a leading edge. Evan Lewis has to depart.
Yeah, this is the perfect start for Australia. Their leading bowler, Mitchell Starc, getting the wicket of Evan Lewis. Nicely pitched delivery, but just trying to turn this one down a leg. Getting that leading edge, Evan Lewis. He has to go without scoring. West Indies 0 for 1.
Clean him up. Through bat and pad, a little bit of inward movement with pace. That's why he's world class. Mitchell Starc with a wicket.
Yeah, this is perfect bowling from Mitch Starc. Pitched up this delivery. And just that space between bat and pad. Jason Mohammed has to go. He has to depart for 2. West Indies 4 for 2.
Nicely worked. Beautifully timed by Hetmai. He will get a boundary. Showing good balance and good temperament as well in his innings so far.
And a much needed boundary to boost his confidence as well, Hetmaier. Just attacking that leg. Stump area again, Starc. This time Hetmeyer gets around this one. 4 runs.
Chipped in the air just over the fielder in that mid-on position. Bold stroke, you would say, from Hetmeyer.
Yeah, he'll have to be cautious of that, Hetmeyer. Just missed that feeler. Long on position.
Should be 4. It's an expensive over from Mitchell Starc, 17 for 2. Wow! As easy as you like, just chipped it again, Hetmeyer. But this time, Hazelwood was ready for it, a one-hander.
Yeah, top order collapse here for West Indies. Pushing this one, Hetmeyer. Sticking that left hand out. Just Hazelwood. Pick up his first wicket. Hetmeyer has to go for 11. West Indies, 18 for 3.
An appeal and the finger goes up. Well, there was a shuffle across. Nicholas Purran might just contemplate the review. The Australians, they're already celebrating.
Ball tracking coming up now, Gregory. Impact, pitching in line, impact in line. Wickets, umpire's call. James, I'm ready to head back on field to Gregory. Gregory, you can stay with your original out decision. You're on screen now.
Look quite close in real time. And as we saw, just confirming the umpire's decision that the ball would have clicked the leg stump. Again, the approach by Mitchell Starc to bowl fast and straight, proving to be effective. Threaded index finger going up. And another wicket for Australia.
And Nicholas Purran has to go for duck. West Indies 19 for 4.
Very easily done. This has been a capitulation by the West Indian top order. In many ways, too easy, says Australia.
Yeah, really soft dismissal, you have to say. Driving uppishly, straight to the fielder. No power, no placement. And whenever you take that sort of a risk, this is a possibility. The possibility of being dismissed. And that's exactly what has happened. He goes for 2. West Indies in totters, 23 for 5.
There's no one at third man because it's a very attacking field. Very unusual in a one-day game not to have either short or deep third man. Can't blame Australia.
Yeah, they're going for the jugular, aren't they? 1 wicket here. And you're into the bowlers. The out-and-out bowlers. Jason Holder has joined Captain Carey and Pollard. In many ways, the last of the recognized batsmen.
Catches the cry. Too easy again. Josh Hazelwood strikes one more time. And Australia on the rampage.
Well, the procession of wickets continue. Josh Hazelwood joins Mitchell Starc with a 3-wicket haul. Finds Adam Zampa in that wide fine leg position. Jason Holder goes without scoring. West Indies 27 for 6.
Only because he went hard at it that the thick outside edge elevated over the slip. Maybe he's trying to reapply pressure on the excellent bowlers.
It'll be interesting to see how he goes, Carey and Pollard, in these next few overs with Alzarri Joseph.
Hello and goodbye, says Alzarri Joseph and Pollard.
Well, he's made his intentions quite clear. Carey and Pollard in the slot and disappears. Powerful strike off the ball. Just a short-arm jab, really.
Not middled, just slightly more flighted than previously, and a boundary. 47 for 6.
Well, if you didn't believe us, this is evidence.
He certainly can bat. Alzarri Joseph. Short delivery from Hazelwood and was pulled away by Alzarri Joseph for 6.
Deft touch from Carey and Pollard. He's not only about power, he will get 4.
Very well played by Captain Pollard.
Boys, come up.
Well, a slip wouldn't help this one. Pollard covering the line well and using his muscle to get it for 6.
Good job. Good job.
Didn't even middle it. Carey and Pollard, that tells you the strength of the man.
Pollard goes straight and hard. Another 6.
That's exactly where you should not bowl to Carey and Pollard. Look at that. Effortless. Straight. And the cameraman on top of the second tier was in a bit of trouble.
Catch.
Missed opportunity. He had the chance of taking the return catch, but couldn't hold on.
Should have taken that. It wasn't that difficult. And it was decent height as well. Look at that.
That's firmly struck and brings up the 50 partnership between these two. Alzarri Joseph turning it on now. 80 for 6.
Gets to the boundary, takes Pollard to 49.
Yeah, this has been good from skipper Pollard. Just getting on top of this one. And getting it finer, just beating that fine leg player.
That'll be 50. It's a welcome return for the West Indies captain, having missed the entire T20 series. Stamps his authority on this first one-day international. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Mitchell Marsh, he's skiddy, he's quicker than you think. And gone right through the defenses of Alzarri Joseph.
Yeah, Yeah, showed some resistance, Alzari Joseph. But Mitch Marsh just pitching this one up. And gets between a bat and pad. Takes his off stump. Zari Joseph has to go for 17. West Indies 95 for 7.
It might have carried, you know. It's a good low catch. So trying to hold on to a strike hasn't worked for Pollard, and Starc adds another.
No, you just can't keep him out of this game, Mitchell Starc. Just squaring up Aaron Pollard, and the easy catch in the slip. A low one, but an easy one. Adds another to him. Starc, 4 for 29. Karen Pollard has to go for 56. West Indies in more trouble. 98 for 8.
Finger goes up, and this time Starc has his man. Another 5-wicket haul, his 8th in one-day internationals. He has been absolutely brilliant here tonight. I'm going to review it.
Division Director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've already established it's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front-on spin vision, please? There doesn't appear to be any bat. I'm going to need Ultra Edge to confirm. Just waiting on Ultra Edge, Joel. Ultra Edge coming up. There's a flat line as the ball passes right next to the bat. There is no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking, please, James? Just standing by on ball tracking, Joe. Ball tracking coming up. Impact in line. Wickets hitting. James, can you go back on field to Joel, please? Joe, you can stay with your original out decision. You're on screen now.
Confirmation of an 8th 5-wicket haul for Mitch Starc. Only Brett Lee has more for Australia with 9. Akeal Hussain goes without scoring, 98 for 9.
Crashed away by Hayden Walsh Jr. with an offer, and just slashed that one and gets a boundary.
Also brings up the 100 for West Indies. Mitchell Starc just a little bit wide of off stump. Good shot by Hayden Walsh Jr. Cracked it past the backward point region for 4.
Smashed. Hayden Walsh Jr. again gets the length full, just flails it through the offside.
Another good blow by Hayden Walsh Jr. over pitch delivery from Mitchell Starc. Our slap through extra cover. And Mitchell Starc had a little look at Hayden Walsh. Probably saying to him, don't worry, I'm coming back.
Gets it fine. Will run into the boundary. Confirmation that it is runs. Another 4 for Hayden Walsh Jr. Well, he looked for it. Smashed it. Hayden Walsh Jr. ends the over with another boundary. Is that the end? It is the end. Adam Zampa finishes things off against his fellow leg spinner, Hayden Walsh Jr. And victory for Australia in the first one-day international in the 3-match series. Smiles all around from the players. And what a captaincy debut it has been for Alex Carey, first game. As captain, the 26th one-day international captain for Australia. But it has been a comprehensive and dominant performance by the Australians all around.
Certainly was dominant. And that was the final wicket to fall. Edge by Hayden Walsh Jr. And Carey taking it on a second attempt to end the game. Australia winning comprehensively by 133 runs. Could have been worse if it wasn't for that half century from Captain Pollard and a little cameo from Walsh Jr. And Australia taking a 1-0 lead in this 3-match series. That man on the screen, Mitchell Starc, 5 for 48. Very disappointed looking West Indies dressing room as all the congratulations and stuff are taking place.
Lots to think about for the West Indies team. Australia winning the toss and batting first. Philippe McDermott, 50-run opening partnership set a platform. Mitch Marsh got a start. Alex Carey got to a half century in a useful partnership with Ash Turner, 104. In the end, they got to 252 for 9 or 49 overs, shortened due to some rain interruptions. The bowling for the West Indies, Hayden Walsh Jr. stands out, 5 for 39. 2 wickets apiece for Alzari Joseph and Akeal Hussain. Alzari Joseph, the highest wicket taker in one-day international cricket at the Kensington Oval. West Indies batting, well, they got off to a horrendous start. Evan Lewis with the very first delivery. Not much from any of the top order batsmen. Carey and Pollard, the captain, a fighting knock from him, 56 from 57. A good partnership with Alzari Joseph and a useful end from Hayden Walsh Jr. But in the end, shot out for only 123 in the 27th over. The bowling for the Australians, Mitchell Starc, another 5-wicket haul. 8th 5-wicket haul for him. 3 wickets for Josh Hazel with 3 for 11 from 6 overs, and a wicket apiece for Mitch Marsh and Adam Zampa. So this represents Australia's 3rd largest win against the West Indies in one-day internationals. Again, Australia won the toss, decided to bat first and got up to 252 for 9. And West Indies are in the start and a feeble batting display. 123 all out in 26.2 overs. Australia won by 133 runs on the Duckworth, Lewis and Stern method and lead the 3-match series 1-0. So it's a good start for them.